Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. Let's get into this market action today on this Monday, August 4th, 2014. Right now, S&P 500 trading up 8.5 points, Dow up 29 points, NASDAQ up 22. The tech sector is leading the charge up 0.5%, while the S&P is in second place, Dow struggling in third place. Now, bottom line is, the markets are just basically consolidating their move down off of last week's action. And last week turned out to be the biggest drop in about 2 years in 1 week on the S&P 500. So it was a pretty big drop, but crazy enough, this is not the end of the downside. And the one thing I want to make clear is you're going to float up. What you're going to see now is a very light volume float. And if you look at today's volume, look at this, 55 million at around 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So we only have an hour 45 minutes left in the trading day. We've only done about 55 million. Yesterday, or I shouldn't say yesterday, on Friday we did 189 million. So today you'll probably do about half the volume, maybe even less, than you did on Friday. And notice the markets are floating back up. What is that telling us? It's telling us that big money is not jumping in the markets here. Big money's smarter. Big money knows that the downside is not over yet. So they're not buyers. They're not net buyers. They're, if anything, just sitting on the sidelines, getting ready to unload or slowly unloading long positions into the weak-handed buyers. So that's what you have to read in by the volume. And again, anytime you see more volume on the downside than the upside, especially when the volume on the upside is so light, that's telling you that small buyers are buying, not big buyers. And remember, the markets are generally going to go with the big players. The big institutions like Goldman, JPM, hedge funds that are monstrous, they're going to be the ones that have the inside information about the direction of the market. Okay, so that's what we have going on today, guys. Some great trading action in today's market. And again, I just want to show you a couple things here. Number one, bull flag right here and bull flag right here. I played both of them. Number one was right here. We made a nice chunk of change. Then we got another one. I actually posted this trade as it was consolidating on the Rant and Rave blog. It's our free blog, folks, and there's trade alerts getting posted throughout the day on that Rant and Rave blog. So I do encourage you to come and check it constantly throughout the day. In fact, there was one great setup posted by a member here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, Christoph, and he's also part of the Elite Roundtable. And again, it was the BCEI, and he had a short level on a Pierce of 60, which was right here. And look at the pullback you got on that one candle. It literally pulled back from a Pierce of 60 all the way down to his target of 59.25, and actually went a little bit lower. But the point is, that trade was up there ahead of time on the Rant and Rave blog. My Spiders bullish consolidation right here was up on the blog ahead of time. You could have easily played that for about a 50-cent move on the SPY. And again, markets actually have a little bit more upside here to this trend line right here before all is said and done. In addition, if you're a Research Center member, I took profits on my short on Chevron today when we were at the lows of the day right down here. And again, one of the reasons why I did that is because I started to see bullish consolidation in the S&P. And if the S&P is getting ready to go up, you got to assume Chevron, which is a big component of the Dow, it's going to start to catch a bid. And one of the reasons why I wanted to take profits in this range, and I took it right down here, is because you had a ton of support. See this pivot right there? That's a ton of support right there. And as you were piercing the low from Friday, it just gave me a heads up to take my money and run. So again, Research Center members, proprietary information here. And again, if you're a Research Center member, you got that alert to take your profits on Chevron for a nice small gain. So again, very nice action there, just slowly accumulating profits. Here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, I don't give a crap, frankly, if the markets are going to go up or down. I just want to look at the charts and be on that trade side. So, for instance, Chevron was a short. We were short. All right, Friday I covered my 3M. That was a short down here. I mean, you can see the support levels right here still on the chart. Today on the Spiders on an intraday basis, we saw long setups. All right, and I played this bullish consolidation pop, and then this one again. And that one popped beautifully. And I actually made, on my second half of the Spiders there, 75 cents. All right, from my entry here, I held some of it and waited all the way up here to sell it, and it took 75-cent gain intraday on the SPY, which is actually about a 7.5 gain on the S&P 500. That's simple. All right, that simple, that easy, and again, that's what we see here. Just a couple other great trades today. Day trading has been spectacular, like swing trading, and there were some great levels on the cores, KORS. I want to show you this, guys. If you zoom out, I don't know if I can zoom out back far enough on this chart. Now I have to go to my daily chart. But there were 3 trades in the intraday stock chat today just on KORS alone, all for profits, all for beautiful profits. You had a gap fill right here, all right, right there, and then you had another gap fill right there. All turned out to be fantastic. 2 trades right there. And even here, you can see this is the daily chart, but right at this double bottom, right in the first candle, you had a big bounce. And again, if we flip over to the intraday, we should be able to see this pretty clearly. Yeah, see? So here was your first candle at 78 Pierce, and then look at the bounce back up. So it came down and bounced all the way back up, back above 79 for over $1 move. And then again, I'm not seeing the other trend lines, but bottom line is there was one right here at this low pivot right there, and another one right here. And you see the green candle and the bounce off this one right there. So day trading, just kind of accumulating profits in a beautiful manner. Another thing I want to bring to your attention, guys, is corn. I've mentioned this over the past. Research Center members know what's up here. But again, corn, in my opinion, has put in a bottom. This is actually the ETF that tracks the commodity. But what I love about this intraday chart, look at this. So you had a pretty ugly down day on Friday where you closed at the lows of the day. Today you have 100% negated that down move. And not only did you get a big pop here, but then you got a pullback, but then they rallied it right back up. And it's right here. And again, the commodity's closed now for the day. So this will probably just trade sideways, the CORN ETF. But for the most part, this is just a beauty. And I love that it did 100% negation of the down day on Friday. If you look at the daily chart as well, it's setting up beautifully here. This is actually a fake print bottoming tail, but I'm still thinking that it actually is giving us a signal that this angle here is going to pop up. Minimally, you're going to go to this gap fill right here, which is at the 2665 level. And I actually think you're going to bust through and head towards this area right up here, the 50 MA pivot area. And if you zoom out a little bit, this low right here is actually that area. This is your target area, which is right underneath 30. Could actually get to 30, in fact. Again, that should be a beauty right there. So fun stuff there. And this is just pure PPT analysis, price pattern time analysis, which is the proprietary stuff we teach our members here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Whether you're a chat room member, a research center member, ultimately we educate while we give out trade setups and trade alerts, and that's what you want. You want to become educated so you can trade for the rest of your life and make money when you're 90 years old, 100 years old. Doesn't matter. You should still be able to click a button on a mouse and print money just as if you had a printing press like the Federal Reserve. All right, a couple other stocks out there of interest. Let me just scan through Apple today. Let's see what Apple's doing. Apple's actually a little bit on the weaker side. It's still in the upper ranges, though, and really, to be honest, unless it gets through the 50 MA, I'm still going to be neutral to upside bias on Apple. Chinese stocks are having a nice bounce today. Take a look at Baidu, up 3.5% on the BIDU. Qihu, QIHU, take a look at that, up almost 5% on the day. And that had a big fallback, so I mean, it's just bouncing back. And same thing with Sina. Sina is bouncing nicely back, up $1 and change, up 2.4% after a little bit of a dip on the weak market last week. On Sina, basically what you're looking for here is you want to see it get through this high right here. There's a gap fill pivot high. If it gets through there, you actually could run all the way to the 200. So that's one to watch there. I don't know if it'll do it, but the one thing I am following here is this trend line right here. All right. So that's connecting the low to this little pivot low right here, and that support area right there, and it's still holding that support area. So we'll follow that a little bit more. All right, let me just scan through, see what else we have moving here. Goldman Sachs today is trading up a little bit, but not very strong on the financials. In fact, JPM is weak again today. So the fact is, the financials lately have been moving more inverse to rates. So if rates, actually it's with rates, if rates go down, financials are weak. If rates go up, financials are strong. And that's somewhat counterintuitive to the market. The market actually wants low rates, but the reason why you're seeing that is because obviously the higher rates go, the more the financials can charge for loans, right? If you have a 5% 10-year and someone takes out a 10-year and pays 5-6% on it, well, then they're making a lot more money in interest, right? So that's something that you just want to pay attention to there. And if we take a look at the TBT, rates are neutral, flattish, slightly higher today. Not much action there on the rate side. I actually think the TBT is getting interesting down here in this lower range. There's a lot of people who continue to call for lower rates, but I think you still could have one more dip, but then ultimately a move higher at some point. A lot of people have been wrong. They've been saying rates are going up for like the last 2 years. Hasn't happened. I think once people throw in the towel and start saying, "Oh, rates are going to stay low," they haven't moved up yet. That's when you actually see the bottom. I'm very much a contrarian viewpoint of the market and of stocks, and that's actually how I've made so much money in this market, and I continue to make money for Research Center members. All right, guys, I'm going to get going here, but again, a pleasure to bring you guys a little intraday update today. Flipping back to the SPY intraday here, you can see the markets are just actually consolidating again. You might actually get another bullish pattern here and a pop into this 193.50 level right here by the close, so just a heads up on that. But again, great trading, great profits. You can take the 7-day free trial here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Just come sign up. The Research Center is what most of you guys are going to be into, as it's a swing trading investing product, as opposed to the day trading chat room, which is obviously day trading. Have a great afternoon. Come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Take care.